I'm in a FB group about wedding shaming and someone suggested I post this story here for your viewing enjoyment. My mother-in-law is getting married in 3 weeks. To give you some background, this woman is insanely cheap. Like, cooks with expired food, won't go to any restaurant unless she has a coupon and still will only go if she shares a meal with someone. For Christmas this past year she gave my husband and his brother each a set of Kroger brand expired barbecue sauces. She gave me the free gift that comes with a Clinique purchase. It's absurd. Most of this story is filtered through my sister-in-law as my Mill knows better than to talk to me about some of this crap. We were taking a family vacation to Orlando and she didn't want to drive or stay in a room by herself. After I told her no, she tried the whole, well then I guess I just won't come. I just said, okay, we'll take lots of picture for you. My sil caved and let her ride with them and stay in their room. Anyway, to the story. So she's getting married and we've all be amazed at how she has very expensive taste but wants dollar store prices for everything. Theme, country barbecue. Some of the things she's been trying to do. Location, her fiance's backyard to save money. Which isn't terrible, of course, but we live in southern GA, and if you know anything about August/September weather down here, the gnats and mosquitoes will be insane. I explained that to her multiple times but everywhere is just so expensive. Also pointed out that we don't have enough chairs for that many people so she'll have to rent them. She decided to see if she could get hay bales for people to sit on and for all of us, my husband, his brother and Sil, and me, to bringing our patio furniture. Food, she wants 65 people total to come. She wanted my husband, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, and me to cook for 65 people. We tried to explain that we don't have the facilities to cook for that many people because with the regular house kitchens we all have, it's just not possible. She suggested we cook for several days beforehand, freeze it, then reheat it. Then we pointed out that even combined, we don't have enough plates, cups, serving flatware, silverware, etc. for that many people. She started posting on FB asking if people had any she could borrow that fit her theme. She posted pictures of really pretty serving sets to let people know what she wanted, but again, expensive tastes with a dollar store budget. Of course no one really responded. She also kept texting links to my sister-in-law of huge serving sets and gushing about how much she loved them and how it would go perfectly at the wedding, etc. Read, I'm trying to convince you to buy this crap for me to use. We also asked how she planned on serving all of this food because we kept telling her that if she just had it catered, the place would provide all of this. My husband looked up nice paper plates and serving stuff to send her to buy if she insisted on not having it catered. She wanted us to serve the food and drinks. I crap you not. She expected us to prepare the food and serve it for the wedding guests. I'm not sure how it came up in conversation, but the gist of it is my sister-in-law was explaining that she couldn't help that much because she has 2 small kids and would need to watch them and leave early because of their bedtime on the day of the wedding. It then came out that my mother-in-law expected us to clean her backyard for her after the party that night because they had to get to bed right after so they could leave at 4 a.m. in the morning to drive to FL to get on their cruise boat. Her solution to not having enough time/not wanting to stay well past midnight for us to clean, well, if you need to take the dishes home with you to wash, you can just return them when we get back. So yeah, cook, serve, and clean after her party of 65 people. Also, didn't want a cake because it would be too hard to serve, read, too expensive. Wanted to buy cupcake mix at Sam's Club and, you guessed it, have us all make and decorate them. Dress, we go to a cute little store to finding a simple white dress instead of a wedding dress. We find one, she tries it on, and really likes it. Now, I saw the dress when she tried it on, and I would swear in court that there was no makeup on the collar at that time. We get to the register and suddenly there's makeup smeared all over the collar. Really obviously. She complains to the clerk about the makeup and wants a damage discount. The girl tried to clean it off but couldn't, so she offers a discount with the caveat that the dress cannot be returned. Mill is notorious for buying things, using once, then returning. She then complains and tries to argue with the girl that she should still be allowed to return it. The girl is firm about store policy. She did end up buying the dress though. Photography, my husband enjoys photography. He's not a professional, it's just a hobby he enjoys, doesn't pretend he's a profession or anything. He's taken some family photos a few times when my sil asked for newborn photos, etc. Anyway, she wanted him to be the photographer. She seems to think that all it involves is taking the photo, not the editing or other work that goes into nice photos. So she wanted him to cook, serve, photograph, and clean. When he flat out refused, she decided to just not have a photographer and asked everyone to just bring their cameras. Location revisited, she finally breaks down about the location and decides to rent a lodge by a lake. Wants us all to get there early to help decorate with the decorations from her daughter's wedding and to stay to clean up. We've all just decided not to say anything and just leave without cleaning. Duck her $50 cleaning deposit, rolling eyes face, for the music, when it was still in her backyard. When asked about it said, "Can't someone just set up their laptop? Like how is everyone in a big backyard supposed to hear a laptop?" Guess that person is supposed to provide speakers and set up/take them down. She finally hired a DJ for 2 hours and has complained that the guy is charging her a couple $100. Food revisited, the groom has a friend who won some barbecue contests, and he's sort of famous in barbecue circles, I guess. He's going to make the meat and provide it, his wedding gift. I have no idea what's going on with the rest of the food. She, of course, will not shut up about Myron Mixon making the barbecue and donating it. It pissed her off that we were all like, "Who's Myron Mixon?" But whatever. So, in summation, she wanted us to cook, serve, clean, photograph, and provide the music and all the equipment that goes along with this for her wedding. Edit, people are asking if she just doesn't have the money for anything expensive, but she does. She's freaking loaded. Just insanely cheap. Also, I have no idea what's going on with the groom. I've met him a few times, and he seems really nice but just sort of lets her do whatever she wants without comment as far as I know. I don't think he's aware of most of this, as I'm sure she's just told him she's handling it all. They're pretty traditional, so I figure he thinks it's her job to plan all of this and is just doing what she tells him to do. Shrug. OMG, one more edit. I forgot that for wedding invitations, she just sent a flyer through Facebook Messenger, and made a FB invite group thing. She's insanely selfish, and only does nice things when it allows her to show off. For example, my fiancé finished 2 undergrad degrees on his own. He did it without her financial help, even though she knew he needed it. Once he graduated, she spent nearly $3,000 to throw him a party, and spent $700 on souvenirs for herself from his school. He is appreciative of the party, of course, but all that money she spent to show off to others that her son graduated, well, he could have used that when he was starving at school, or didn't have money to pay for his books. She's been taking over our wedding, and he had to put a stop to it. So he called her last night to tell her to lay off. She was asking him to provide her with a list of my guests, forcing him to let her decorate things in her way, and it was just getting way too much. He tells her that this is our wedding, and she needs to give us space. She explodes on him and starts screaming that she gave birth to him, therefore he needs to respect her. And get this, she said that she doesn't need to respect him because he didn't give birth to her. He asked her to repeat herself, because he was pretty livid at this point, and she just hangs up. She was very offensive to my fiancé when he was a kid too. His number one traumatizing moment was when he was 10, they were in the car and he said something she didn't like. She slapped him so hard, his face hit the window and his nose bled. Hearing that story scarred even me, so I can only imagine this trauma on a kid. I've been with my fiancé for almost 9 years in all now. I have never, ever liked her as a person, but of course you smile and nod. But at this point, I don't know what to do. I really don't want her near me on our wedding day. TLDR, my future mother-in-law is a horrendous human being. Any advice on how to handle nightmare mother-in-laws? Edit. Thank you everyone for your input. We have decided to remove all favors/tasks that were previously given to her. If that means I have no candy on my dessert table, one of her jobs, then so be it. My own family will dish out what they can to help, and we do not need her. My fiancé realized that she has nothing to offer him or us, other than money. She doesn't offer bias-free help, she doesn't encourage us to follow our hearts. All she can give us is money, and we don't need or want her money. What does she have to offer us when we cut off her only way of helping? She has nothing. I am done with her. No more smiling and nodding. I am done fearing her. She needs to fear me, for she will be outed in front of both families if she throws one more tantrum.